I don't know whether you call it purple cabbage or red cabbage, but you know what I'm talking about when I say that, right? And then you've got the green cabbage, or what I call the white cabbage. And when you put those two together, now listen, when I make my coleslaw, I got to tell you this, I don't use food processors. I'm from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and I'm a country girl, and I use a knife and just cut it real thin. And I think the coarser, the better. I mean, I think that's really good for you because it gives you great roughage. But anyway, you cut that cabbage really thin and mix it up and put some shredded carrots in there. One of the beautiful things about this, what I loved about this recipe is, especially when you take it like to a potluck or you're taking it over to impress somebody, it's so beautiful. You've got that purple cabbage, the white cabbage, the shredded carrots. Put you some little onions in there, little celery cut up real thin, or some little celery seed is good. Some vinegar. I use a little rice vinegar, little mustard, just a little dab of mustard, just to give it a little, just a little, And, salt and pepper, of course, and mayo. I also put black olives in it, which was really good. Bell pepper, which gives it a pretty green, little parsley. A little bit of sugar some people like to put in it. I try to stay away from it, but it kind of kicks in the cabbage and brings out the flavor. But here is the secret, folks. The pièce de résistance, as they would say in France. Little cubes of Fuji apples in your coleslaw. It is delicious. Nobody can figure out what that little burst of sweetness is, so therefore you don't need the sugar, remember. Go with your natural sugar. And a little bit of apple in the coleslaw, I promise you, will make a big difference. You've got that gorgeous looking coleslaw there with the purples and the greens and the oranges and all that gorgeous stuff going on there. And then you take it in that bowl and you take some beautiful round tomatoes, slice them nice and thin, put the wheel around the outside rim of that coleslaw, and take a bunch of parsley and put it in the middle. And you talk about a gorgeous dish. Take that to your next picnic, serve it at your next dinner, share it with a friend. Whatever you do, you got to try it. It's so healthy for you guys. It's so good. And what you can also do is you can take the mayo out of it, and you really have a great meal there. That coleslaw with a piece of fish is so healthy and good for you, and it just looks good. And I promise you, if you take it to the potluck, people are going to be saying, "Who made the coleslaw?" I promise. I promise. Tell them Rolonda told you. You can also add stuff like raisins or oranges or pineapples. Whatever you do, it's all relative, all based on your relatives. Whatever turns you on. But try something new on an old recipe. That's always a lot of fun.